This is the last video about our 2024 Southwest RV trip. And
spoiler alert, we made it home.
We are home. That is the highlight of this video. We made it home. I'm Jendi. My husband Joe and I have entered a new season of life with our 3 kids mostly out of the nest. We're grateful to be representatives for a nonprofit Bible publishing ministry. So we spend a lot of time traveling to churches, sharing all the amazing things God is doing through this ministry and raising the support we need. So it's Saturday.
We are going to Kansas. Yay.
Yes.
Obviously, we aren't in Kansas anymore. Anyways, we went to Pratt, Kansas, another church that I called and asked if they had RV hookup. We just have a 110 plug if you can make that work. And then I talked a little more and they said at least have a hose bib that I could connect for water. And I said, okay, we'll give it a try. And they have a prophet's chamber, so we could use the bathroom and shower there if we weren't able to have a hookup.
Yeah.
But then when I arrived, met with the pastor, he was very accommodating. I discovered there is a clean out, and it is only 110 electric, but we didn't need the air conditioner or anything. So we just found out actually we needed the heater. We used it a lot more and discovered I was low on propane. So then I tried to find a place that was open Saturday evening to get it. So I had to swap out at Walmart. It's the best I could do. But I got 1 tank, which would get us through the rest of the trip.
And we had a good day with them on Sunday. The pastor let Joe get up and give testimony during the service, and they asked us questions about ministry, and it was a good time of fellowship Sunday night too. And then Monday
was a rough day.
We were worn out.
And we both were trying to figure out if it's just because we knew we were heading home.
And it's kind of like, are we tired because we've just been traveling this long and we're exhausted? Or are we subconsciously just letting ourselves be more tired because we are nearing the end of our trip? So I don't know if there's an answer to that, but I ponder that now and then. And we did drive. You drove on Monday from Pratt, Kansas into Missouri. And we found an RV park there that also had a little hobby farm with a bunch of different animals. They had a laundry, so we did a load of laundry. They had a little cafe. They're supposed to have good Wi-Fi.
You could receive Wi-Fi signal really well throughout the park. The Wi-Fi just wasn't up to the challenge that we would put it through. With the work, like creating these videos and working on that.
There was a struggle, kind of a running struggle through most of it. Like in a previous video, we talked about going to the library and going to Panera. That works a lot better for us. We did actually stop at a Dunkin' at a gas station to upload the last video. It's just, so that's something that we're going to have to work out for the future if we go on an RV trip again.
And if you want us to continue making videos.
Yeah. So
we did go to the library in Missouri too.
It's about 20 minutes away. And we basically went in, sat on the couches. And then after an hour or two, then
we were good 2.5 hours.
Yeah, got up and left again. The librarians were very nice. It was a very small town library.
We ate their peanut butter pretzels.
Oh, well, shit. It was a small town library where they had snacks for kids after school and groups coming in and playing games.
They were in there playing poker at one table. And
I didn't know it was poker.
Well, it was a form of poker. I don't know which one, but they were at one table, and then I think we were a group doing another puzzle or something. Another table, seniors, and then the younger kids.
It was really more like a community center almost. It was.
We were in small town America.
It was good, and so that was Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we went to Iowa City, Iowa. And that pastor was very nice.
Very welcoming. They said they had water and electric, and they did. And there was 2 spots you could park. One was on the back of the building, between a tree and a guardrail that protects the fencing. So you kind of had to milk truck it into the position there.
Yeah.
And got it lined up, and it was nice for the night.
The other spot was right in front of the church, so we didn't really want to park in front of the main doors.
And then they have school, so all the kids were coming and going at break time. But
you did a great job backing it in, and I think the pastor was impressed.
I was surprised I got it in there. It kept us a little bit out of sight, and the pastor was very welcoming. They let us show our video. He kind of asked me, well, how much time do you need? Which is great. Like, half an hour, I'll take it.
No.
But 5-minute video, 5 minutes of sharing, and had good comments, good feedback from the people.
They really
very interested in the ministry. Some folks may actually come up and work in a shop in the future because they help a couple other shops. And then we got to go afterwards.
The pastor and his wife are very
Yes.
busy, very involved in the church and the community, but they still took the time to spend a little bit of time with us after the service. But then while we were in the restaurant eating, it started pouring. Sheets.
Sheets of water.
And we had just been saying shortly before that we basically stayed out of the rain, especially for traveling. That we'd had some times with rain or rain and slush, but for traveling, we hadn't been driving with the camper in the rain.
Yeah, no long stretches of any precipitation, really, when we were pulling a camper or traveling the 5-6 hours that we usually try to do in a day. And
I was praying that night that it would stop before we left.
And then the wind was picking up, so that didn't help it any. It was gusts of wind, and the water was so heavy that till I walked, I don't know, it was not even 100 feet from where I parked the truck to the camper, I was literally drenched through my suit coat. My suit coat had soaked through into my dress shirt. It was just that much rain just blowing straight at me.
And there was a little bit chilly again in the camper, but that was interesting because it was so warm in Missouri. So we were in Arizona, we were running the heat in the morning. Oh, in New Mexico.
Arizona and Mexico. Overnight, we had to run the heat, except in Glendale. We didn't have to run the heat in Glendale.
But like Rio Rancho, Albuquerque area, we were running the heat in the morning. We went into Missouri and we ran the air conditioning. and then up again in Iowa City, we were back to needing the heat. Thankfully, it did let up Thursday morning. It was just slightly raining and windy in the morning to pack up. So that was probably the worst weather that we had for packing up, taking the trailer.
Because it was actually, because of the rain that had happened and the wind, the temperature was very cool. It was very brisk.
Yeah.
Like my hands and things from just working, I didn't have gloves, were getting cold quickly.
Yeah. And I managed to, it was windy. So the one time I opened the trailer door and I went to pull on the door back in with my right hand, and I didn't be careful where I put my left hand, and I put it in the hinge. So I pulled the door in with my right hand right against my thumb, which is still swollen. So that hurt really bad. But
at that point, she said she wanted to go home. Let's go home.
Get me home.
So we did.
We were debating on stopping to see our youngest at college. Sorry, Christina. We just wanted to get home. We did not stop.
Well, it was still pretty windy and drizzly going home that day. And so it was just nice to get here while still some sunlight, and so we can get back into the driveway.
And we just kind of grabbed our basic toiletries and things out and came into the house and crashed, and it was nice to take a nice long bath in the bathtub because, of course, the RV does not have a bathtub. Friday morning, we had a slower morning, but then early afternoon or late morning.
It was late morning, and then I had to unhook the truck and camper so I could take it. But I went to the print shop. It was time for our newsletter to go out, and we had been talking with the director. He was getting ready to start working on it, but there was a lot of things still happening at the shop. I said, well, if I come in, would it help? So I did. We got in, we got the newsletter printed, and then, so I got them printed. We could fold them this way, but then we have them hand-folded the other way. We had two groups coming in Saturday. They worked on doing that and then putting the tabs so they can go in the mail.
Which is a big help to us because it's like 1,200 paper newsletters. So have somebody.
It can take 6 or more people a good 4.5 hours just
to put the tabs.
Get the tab, get them final folded and tabbed and everything in good shape.
And I stayed home and I worked through the computer. If he called me with things that needed fixed,
I had to make a couple small adjustments.
It's back in the good Wi-Fi. But Saturday we just kind of rested, took some time to breathe.
Yes.
Because we headed out again on Sunday, but we will tell you about that in our next video. So thank you so much for watching. Comments and questions are welcome, and we hope you have a great day.
Bye.